Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Man, it's a little weird being Rec Info again, but hey, as usual, I've got some stuff to point out. Everybody knows the state of Rec Room's economy. It's no secret that the prices are outrageous right now. From the lore items starting at 18,000 tokens, now up to 30,000 tokens. And with that, we just got lucky. It was almost 50,000, which, if you didn't know, had a real world value of over $100. For one set, that's not good in the slightest. Now, I'm not exactly here to complain. There's plenty of that going on already. I'm here to provide things that Rec Room needs in order to satisfy players. Now, I'm just going to start here with the obvious, the lore items. In case you've been living under a rock or just straight up haven't played the game, Rec Room's lore items have been so high in price that it's ridiculous. However, as Rec Room is a free-to-play game, they do need to make money. So, how do you please the player base who hates the prices? Well, I'm going to dip into a little bit of controversial waters here by providing another game as reference on what to do. And that game is Fortnite. Now wait, before you click off, hear me out. Fortnite cosmetics are mostly at a consistent price of about 1,500 V-Bucks. The only exception is for skin bundles where you get multiple cosmetics in one singular bundle. So, what's my point? No matter how special the skins are, they're almost always the same price, and Fortnite is also a free-to-play game where that makes money solely on its cosmetics, just like Rec Room. So, the commonly used argument where Rec Room needs to make money somehow is practically useless in this case, as it's been shown that you don't need to sell things for ridiculous prices to make a successful and long-lasting game. So let's say Rec Room continues anyway. What can we do? Well, for Rec Room to sell high-priced items, it would be nice to have them in a separate tab where instead of buying them with tokens, they just straight up pay real-world money. That way it straight up tells you how much it's worth. Not only that, but sell the items in bundles so they're actually worth buying. Cause, let's be honest, $40 for a colorful astronaut suit? Yikes. Don't get me wrong, it looks really cool, but I'm not paying that much money for a digital costume. Now, before you go down to the comments and type an essay over how I'm stupid and cosmetics are optional, take this into account. Rec Room is, or was, a game based on socialization and showing off your personality. And clothing is such a big contributor into showing off your personality. When you have a low-level, basic clothed person approach you in the rec center, you're probably going to assume that they're going to beg for items. And most of the time, they probably will. However, there are a good few people who can't express their personality because at that low level point, they haven't played enough to get the clothing that shows them off best. Clothing that we wear shows off more personality than people think, sometimes even being a staple of how people are viewed. A really good example of this are rec tubers. If somebody joins a rec center wearing, say, Soul Fox's outfit, people are going to go, hey, that's Soul Fox's outfit. That outfit is linked to Soul Fox himself and shows him off best. And you probably won't see him make any drastic changes to his outfit anytime soon, because that outfit is basically him at that point. Now, another point to clothing being optional is that peer pressure is an issue no matter where you go or what game you play. If you're a reasonably high level with very little cosmetics because you're a free-to-play player, you're probably going to be flexed on a lot. With Rec Room being a game with a lot of kids, peer pressure from these people with expensive outfits could push them to go behind their parents' back and take their credit cards to buy tokens, and that's basically an issue with every popular game, so yes, it happens with Rec Room too. Basically, to summarize everything, Rec Room unintentionally tricks people into buying items over $50 by labeling them as for tokens. Now, I have to give Rec Room the benefit of the doubt, as they probably don't think about people taking real-world money into account. But realistically, if they were to put these expensive items in a separate tab where you just pay real-world money straight up in a bundle instead of tokens, then people would be more understanding and know exactly how much money they're giving up. Not only that, but this leads me into my next point. Rec Room's gotta stop with the limited time items. The limited time items market is so saturated that nothing feels special anymore, as we know it's going to be re-released anyway. The only purpose of limited times item is to pressure people into buying the items right then and there. And it will give the company a quick pile of money even though the items are not limited at all, as they will 100% re-release at some point. Now I'm going to go back to that separate tab for purchasing things for real world money real quick. With the S-suit that's currently valued around $50 or so, if you put that into a separate tab with no limited time restriction, Rec Room would probably accumulate more money over time. People will see it and decide to save up for it. Now you'll still get that window where there's a crap ton of money coming in, but there will also be a very long period of time where people will still be buying it. And when the sales stop, you can just replace it with a new set, because let's be honest, no matter how high the price is, there will still be some kids buying these. Just please make the items worth their price. If you're going to sell something for over 10k tokens, just have them in some sort of bundle with other sets in it. One set is not worth $50. Heck, one item itself, no matter how cool or important it is, should ever be worth more than a whole set. And while we're on the topic of cosmetics, I would like to ask Rec Room to please give us more 2 to 4 star outfits. If you want to keep selling high-priced items, at least give the free-to-play players something new. They barely earn any tokens, and barely any outfits are released under 5-star anymore. It's all at least like 3,000 and above now. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, but a nice cozy outfit every once in a while isn't much to ask for. Also, isn't anyone else just sick of the lore at this point? There's not much story given to us and almost no context to who anyone is in the first place. Why can't Rec Room just stay a college campus? Why do we have to make it so complicated? It's literally just a way to earn money to Rec Room. I mean, the invasion event would have been cool if it happened once and was an actual invasion. I mean, the Rec Room Science Department is just so advanced that you wonder if Rec Room is really just a school at this point, or just some sort of crazy science experiment. Like, I genuinely enjoy the idea that quests are theater productions put on by the school, but I hate the drastic change between casual school setting to high-tech inventions made by the science department. There is no way that this is a school, but the high-tech stuff would make sense if aliens came. They could have abducted some students or something, and that would genuinely make sense. But the science department going from disc golf to high-tech floating robots in the span of 7 years is a bit of a stretch. I enjoyed the subtlety that the department used to have, where you got experimental stuff from them, like the share screen or circuits. And has anybody really thought about that at all? Like, have we given any player the reason to think that Rec Room is supposed to be a school at all? It's been constantly covered by crossovers and unneeded updates that don't improve gameplay in the slightest. If Rec Room wanted to tell a story, they could have easily made another quest, because once again, the quests are theaters productions that have a story. You can tell great impactful stories that people will swarm back to, and it won't affect the players that don't care at all. But this lore is just in our faces constantly. It's really annoying. I couldn't care less about these people that just show up because they haven't given me a reason to. And do you know how great a quest about the Forbidden One could have been? It could have literally been a play created by the students, because it was. The player base are the students of Rec Room, and they created the Forbidden One. They could have used that as a quest to tell a great story. But we got some parkour event instead as a result of wanting to add some deep, complex lore into their game. Now, hidden lore is incredibly hard to do, and I gotta be honest, Rec Room just isn't doing a good job. Is it their fault for not understanding how to do it correctly? No, not at all. But it is their fault for continuing to push a story that just doesn't make sense in the slightest. You have to create lore based on the environment of the game. And like I said, Rec Room is a school. High-tech simulation stuff, hauntings, the breaking of reality, it just doesn't fit. But what do you guys think? Is Rec Room really justified to toss the community aside in the pursuit of money? Are they just too ambitious? Let me know. And what a great return to Rec Info. Not sure if this is an actual full return, but we'll see how things go. Thank you so much for returning once more. You all are great. I hope to see you soon.